Hello, COD people. Hope you're all doing well. I've been in this situation way too many times this year, so let's just get right into it, right? That's going to be a sub player for the Dallas Empire, Mutex. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the clip by now of the choice words he did say while being caught on live stream. I'm not really sure. Obviously, he was not well aware that he was on live stream, and yes, these clips have now surfaced. I will give you guys my thoughts and opinions after you listen to the clip as well. I do have a lot of the words bleeped, so for anyone who is curious about the words he did use, some choice words about mental handicaps, autistic being brought up alongside the R word, and yes, those are words that I don't even use on this broadcast, and there are many mixed opinions out there, which I always do care about what you guys think. I have seen a certain circumstance and stances taken against him as well as with him in terms of how serious the punishment should be. I've talked about this on the show time and time again. I think I'm probably close to a dozen players this year alone, pro players, who have actually used words they probably shouldn't have, and so I'll give you guys my thoughts in a second here. Here's at least more of the full clip. The first clip that did surface was only 30 seconds long. To give you guys preface as well, it's obviously a team chat between friends, a bit of banter going back and forth. I would say, you know, some hard choice words to use with a friend and a teammate, but here's what Mutex had to say.
You're lying. You told me I cost you 30.
You did. You shit it. How are you gonna deny it?
Bro, you lit. Okay, brother.
How are you gonna deny it? What
Brother.
6-2. It doesn't matter. That's one round out of 4. You shit it.
Okay.
I already admit it was my fault. Admit that you shit the sheets.
It's the round where you told me to grab the bomb, and then like.
Yeah, I'm not listening.
Close the door.
I'm just gonna skip through round by round. It was first round. It was. One shot. Yeah. 3 seconds later, he said, "You autistic idiot."
All right, let me see it.
You autistic retard,
Send it
you
to
dirty
me.
little retard.
Send it.
Dumb. I could run away, dude.
Now, I'm not going to give you guys my full opinion. I've made that mistake in the past on these cases. I'll leave it as an open reference. You guys can make back in the comment section of what you think should be done here. I do think a punishment is in order. Do I think the guy should get fired? That's not my call to make. That's obviously up to Hastro, and I would say when it comes to being a pro player, you are held. I will always stick to this. When you are a pro and a public and a prominent figure out there, especially in the esports and gaming scene, which is still growing, you're going to be made kind of a reference point for these kind of things going forward. And yes, you are definitely held to higher standards than other people should be, okay? There's a reason why, if he knew he was live streaming, he would not be using these words. Right? If he knew that he was on live stream, if he was on video, he would not be using these choice words. Obviously, he felt protected. He felt he was in a friendly group voice chat, so he said them anyway. But obviously, if he knew he was public, he wouldn't have said those things. And I think that speaks to, obviously, there should be some sort of, maybe a small punishment out there. I think even more so importantly, yes, when it comes to taking his job, maybe not. When it comes to Hastro, though, I would like a response about this. I've been a prominent I've really liked talking about these points in the past, where owners out there often do not talk about these kind of things when it involves their own players, and that might be to just move on, kind of brush this under the rug. Hastro, though, has commented on other bans out there, like the FaZe Jarvis ban, you know, a pretty viral tweet as well. And so when you respond about other organizational members and them doing wrong things as well, when it comes to your own players for the Dallas Empire doing wrong things, I would love a response, if not from Hastro, at least from Dallas Empire saying, hey, he's been banned for a month, he won't be competing for a month, or hey, we're doing this kind of program to obviously show that, you know, he's very remorseful for doing so. And I'm not saying he wasn't. He actually had a lot of videos about this, to some probably too many apologetic videos and tweets about this as well. He obviously feels very bad for what he did, and I understand that. And so I will leave the punishment out there for, of course, the organization. That's in their right. That's their duty to either do that or to not do that. I will say this, though, in the last 6 to 9 months, ever since we've seen tons of pro players being caught for doing these kind of things, whether racial slurs, homophobic slurs. This is a whole new instance in itself. I will tell you guys that most pro players remain inside the organization and remain largely unpunished. I expect the same thing to be done here as well. I really do hope that Mutex continues to compete as well. I don't want him to become a Ferocities, who apparently had racial slurs in his past, have organizations avoid signing him because of that. I think Mutex will still be a pro player. He will still compete. I don't know if that's the right call, and the right call is definitely up to the organization to respond on this. Another esports pro player out there caught saying things they should never be caught saying. Until next time, I hope you guys all enjoy, and I'll be breaking down other Call of Duty, other esports and gaming news here all day long. Until then, drink your coffee, be nice, okay? Have a happy day, everybody, okay? Say some nice words to someone you love.